For today's Tip Tuesday, it's going to be more of a story rather than a tip, but it's a tip within a story. I was recently working with a client who has had their eye on their neighbor's property for a long time. We knew it was going to be for sale. We tried to get it off market. They didn't like the price that my buyer was willing to offer, so they ended up putting it on market. It sat for a while, then it got closer to the price range that we wanted to be in. So her and I sat down with the lender to kind of talk about what we wanted to offer on the home. And a lot of times buyers will instinctively feel like, well, let's just drop the purchase price. But purchase price isn't always the most important thing. I always tell my clients, I want to focus on what is the monthly mortgage that you want to be at, and then let's work backwards to see how we can make that happen. So in this example, they had sort of thought that they would be somewhere around $3,000 a month. So I said, great, I think we can definitely get you under $3,000 a month for the purchase of this home. So what we did was we looked at a few scenarios that I'll pull up for you. So the seller had already agreed that they would sell them the house for $360,000. It was listed higher than that, but since they were the neighbors and they really wanted the house and we've been pretty persistent, they said they would strike a deal for us. So that put her mortgage at $3,100 with a mortgage interest rate of 6.875. That's what they were the day that we ran these scenarios, so I'm just keeping all the numbers the same. So my client was really set on purchasing the house for $325,000. So we're already roughly $40,000 under list price, coming in at $360,000, which is what the seller had sort of agreed to. So now they want to come an additional $35,000 under that, which isn't impossible, but it's a hard sell. If you're a seller, I'm your agent, I'm trying to negotiate that. It's harder to come to an agreement if the other side just feels like they're really losing out on everything. So I said, what if we look at this a little bit differently? Instead of focusing on the purchase price, let's focus more on the monthly mortgage that you want to have. We ran the numbers at what they wanted, $325,000 with the same interest rate. That put their monthly payment at about $2,800. Again, that is a really great deal for them and what they're looking for, but is that something that the seller was going to be willing to accept? So I said, let's look at this another way. They're saying that they want $360,000. Maybe we offer them $370,000 with a $10,000 credit, and we use that credit to buy your rate down to get you a better monthly mortgage. Because for every $10,000 or so that you take away from the purchase price, that's less than $50 a month that you're taking off your mortgage. But if you use around $10,000 to buy down your rate, that is going to have a more significant impact. So if we look at those numbers, we said $370,000 purchase price. We would use $10,000 in credits to buy the rate down, which would have put their monthly mortgage at $2,900. So the seller still feels like they're winning. My buyer is getting what they want of having a mortgage that's less than $3,000. And there's still some wiggle room that we can try to get more credits, or they can invest a little bit more to buy that rate down and have that payment come down even lower. A good agent like myself is going to tell you all of the strategies and all of the options that you can use. And then we'll find out what's the best option for you and how to move forward. Because at the end of the day, if we're meeting your goal to have a certain monthly payment and we can get the seller on board with that, then it's a win-win for both parties. You get the house, the seller gets to sell it, and everybody's happy. Let me know what you think about this strategy in the comments. If you would have moved forward with this deal at the $370,000 purchase price, or if you still would have tried to go for the $325,000 purchase price.